Hey everybody, Dave Kincaid here. I just want to walk through a really interesting grant that comes out every year, and it can kind of catch you by surprise if you're not paying attention. So it's January. You're not. Most of us aren't thinking about summer, but as you can see here, the Canada Summer Job Grant is now open, and so if you're going to want to hire summer students next year for this particular grant, you need to get your application in January. And I want to walk you through some pretty interesting stuff just in what's going on in this. So let's jump in. Okay, so when you click on the link, it brings you to this page, which is the news release page. Came out just before Christmas. And there's just something here I want you to see. You can just kind of read an overview, which is helpful. Like before you write the application, you definitely want to read this. It tells you some high level stuff. Who's eligible, and then this year it's targeting up to 100,000. It's incredible. It's a 40% increase from pre-pandemic levels, and it goes through there, and it'll give you a couple tips on the needs and the priority areas. You can see here the priority areas focus on supporting employers that intend to hire youth that have not completed high school or are not currently enrolled in education training. Now, what's really interesting is, like, look at a grant like Tech Nation. It's like you're in post secondary and you can get a grant for that. And in some ways, those grants are, depending on the year, could be easier than getting a grant like this. But depending on your business needs, um, you know, you got to understand your business needs and then match it with the grant, right? Because some business might be like, oh, this would be perfect for us. And then for another grant where, you want a senior post-secondary student with a couple years, maybe experience under them, you want to get a grant that focuses on that. So it's kind of neat. You just kind of understand what your business needs are. So what I want you to do is you come down here. There's just some interesting stuff here, and then click on this, and then this page opens up. Now, this has a few gold nuggets here that I just want to walk you through. So this is basically the program guide of an online version, right? And then it'll walk you through what they're looking for. So there's our objectives. You come down here, talks about the increase of jobs, tells you the dates. There's your online application. And then this here is really important. So this is the date that the deadline is. So you can imagine, it's January in Canada, it's freezing out, and you've got to have your ducks in a row by the 25th, right? And then you come down here, there's just a couple of really interesting things. And you just want to get a hold of this. So they usually get each year funding exceeds the available amount, right? Or sorry, the applicants exceed the amount of funding available. So then it says Service Canada expects to an average funded job duration of 8 weeks for 35 hours per week. So that's down a lot, right? Because summers um, can be 16, depending on how you go, from May to August, usually 16 weeks. So it's only if you're a business, it's 50%. But as you'll see down here, nonprofits are getting 100%. So it's pretty incredible. So your nonprofit, you can get 100% covered. But I think that's changed over the years. It used to be 16 weeks. So it's good to be aware of that before you're going in. And then there's this area right here. Look at this. Funds are distributed amongst based on the results of the assessment of the applications. So again, you want to read this, make sure that you're meeting their criteria, and from feedback provided by members of parliament during their review of the list of project eligible. So really important. Remember, grants are taxpayer money, right? So, if you're not sending Christmas cards or attending their open house, I know COVID's a bit different now because you can go online and stuff, but you want to make sure you got a relationship there. They're going to your open house, stuff like that, so you can get that letter of endorsement. Anyways, it'll give you pretty much. There's you can find the guide in more detail there. So you want to read all that in detail, and don't be too freaked out by it. There's, it's all right. Maybe you should. I'm just kidding. Just go through the most important parts, which are I'll save for another video, but who's eligible and what's eligible are the most important stuff. Getting your head around the deadline date. It's not that scary once you get your head into it. So anyways, I'll keep this video kind of short, but just some really cool stuff there, eh? Just get your ducks in a row, get it in early, understand how much is being funded, and that's 8 weeks. Reach out to your MP, member of parliament, and you'll be well on your way. And then start thinking through summer grants. There's a bunch of other grants if you're getting my newsletter that come out from the Digital Skills for Youth program, like Tech Nation, etc. So just got to figure out what your needs are and make sure you get your grant applications in. Okay, thanks a lot. And if you like this video, just let me know. I'll maybe give it a like or a subscribe or a comment or something, and I'll give you more tips. Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.